World War II, the defining war. An era where some prospered and some were deprived of human basic necessities. Many individuals were affected by this war, but please let me open the doorway and introduce you to my grandfather, Gustav Michael Lenz. This brave soul was born on January 8, 1924, in Wutfeld, Germany. Gustav served in the German army from 1940 to 1945.
Gustav was born into a German family on January 8, 1924. He was the middle child of 3 children, oldest being Auntie Tutina and the youngest being Wolfgang, both deceased. His father is Otto, who also served as a German soldier. He served in both World War I and World War II, but eventually died from natural causes in 1963. Gustav's mother, Lena, was a stay-at-home mom, but died in 1953. Growing up as a boy, Gustav wanted to become an architect and had a bright future ahead of him. His first job was a mechanic for a bus company in his village, Witfeld. Later, he became a bus driver for the same company at age 20. Around this time, he would meet his future wife, better half, Erica Lenz. They eventually would have their first child, Marika, who was still living. In the following months, Gustav would be called to serve in his beloved country, Germany. Gustav was trained as a tank mechanic. He would be deployed in 1940 to Königsberg, which was one of the largest cities in Germany at that time. Gustav would soon be moved to Russia with the Panzer Division as their mechanic. But luck turned against Gustav one cold Russian night. While on patrol in a King Tiger tank, Gustav was met upon some friendly Britons. Gustav and his fellow tank mates were captured by the British to be used for mechanic work. They didn't torture any of them because the British knew that they were useful to fix their machines. Thankfully, after the war, all the captured were released. After being released by the British as a prisoner of 3 years, he moved back to Germany, even though most of the country was in ruins and in agony. He was lonely because he was without his beautiful girlfriend and child. He went looking around, trying to find them. After a few months, they were reunited. Soon after, they would become officially married. They moved to a small village to look for any type of work to gain money to support their beloved child. Years passed by, and they were still struggling to get good jobs. One day, he got a letter from his older sister telling him how great America truly was and how much opportunities were waiting for him when he would arrive. It took a few more letters to finally persuade Gustav to come. His wife Erica was strongly opposed to the idea of moving to America because Germany was all she knew. But she came because Gustav was the head of the house. They packed their bags, belongings, took a train from their village to Berlin, where they got on a boat to the United States in 1953. They moved to Pennsylvania, where they lived for 8 years, till moving to the up-and-coming town of Waukegan, Illinois, with their 3 other kids, Heidi, Kurt, and Eric. When they arrived in Waukegan, they bought a house on Lewis Avenue, right by Brookside campus. They would live here for the years to come, raising their children. But sadly, Gustav would be the first to pass due to the effects of colon cancer. but not without leaving his legacy for his wife to carry on.
There was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you?